We've had so much going on this year.
We had Remi's surprise bridal shower. Thank God.
You didn't need to do a shower in general, and you did not need to go to the extent
that of honor.
As I pull it forward, it starts. Oh, what? And I was like, oh, I feel like I shouldn't be here right now.
My mom's calling.
Yeah. Oh my God, wait.
I would be like,
I think I actually just peed my pants. I have to go to the bathroom.
The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Pretty basic. Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to another episode of Pretty Basic. I'm Remi.
And I'm Alicia. Wow, we have so much to talk about. And I was just saying this in the car to my vlog. Alicia Marie Vlogs. I was saying that it's so...
I liked the pod. Alicia Marie Vlogs.
I was saying it's so fun when I know the recording is going to fly by because we haven't even debriefed about certain things.
Yeah.
So it's just going to feel like girl talk and I'm just excited.
I agree. I was making my matcha this morning. I was like, wait, I'm so excited to go and like chat about everything. There's so much that you and I haven't even talked about, us two together, about all the fun stuff. And it's just been so much fun. Also, I think we were talking to Zane and Heath recently. And they were like, oh, well, what are you talking about on Pretty Basic versus like BU? And we were like talking about, you know, like how we want to divvy things up for the pod. And I was telling Zane, I'm like, well, honestly, at PB, we've had so much going on this year. Every week has just been like a debrief, like recap, like with the girlies, like a FaceTime.
Like life update.
Which has been so much fun. Like how fun is it that we just like have this to look back on? We get to share so much more than just like the vlogs and the photos and things with everybody else.
Yeah, it's true. I feel like in past years, which obviously this is normal for any podcast, but we would,
especially when you're doing it for 7 years.
Obviously, if you've done this, for what 7 seasons, there's episodes where you have to like game plan a little bit more. You brainstorm, you have the topic of heartbreak, or you like discuss what we want to talk about. This year has been so easy because it's truly just like our lives. And I feel like, especially you, obviously, you have such monumental life moments happening this year. So it's been fun because it reminds me of like our first season in a way of just like us gabbing and us talking.
Yeah.
And I love it. And it's really cool seeing comments, people being like, I love being in my bridal era with Remi. Like it's really cool because I can only imagine how like special that is. Like a YouTuber you watched like growing up or like your old comfort YouTuber.
I'm sure it's like so, I've been seeing so many of those comments of like, whether it was the bridal shower or the bachelorette or just like the engagements, like mine, Ash, Lauren, like everybody going through this. Not everybody, but like seeing people that we've all grown up with, or like, I think it's cool because even if I'm going through it and people were a fan of me growing up and also are a fan of you, like seeing you go through it with me, like I think it's really fun for people to, whether they're also going through it at the same time or just as a fan, like it really makes you realize like, wow, I've grown up with these people and like we've grown up with them too. And we're all going through these things, whether it's like, you know, as an individual we're going through it or like together we're going through it.
No, but even like the way we reacted when we saw Blair Fowler, aka Juicy Star 07, getting married.
Yes.
It was such a weird, like, even though she doesn't even post like she used to.
Yeah.
Because she actually, you know, like has a real job.
Yep.
Did she become she's a professor,
I think she's a professor,
I believe.
Yeah.
Crazy. But it was just crazy being like, damn, like you were such a huge part of my childhood. So I totally understand. And I don't know, I just love it. And yeah, obviously, if you guys haven't seen online, we had Remi's bridal shower, surprise bridal shower. Thank God.
It was, I just need to start off by saying, I know I already have said it privately 1,000 times, but thank you so much.
It was a team effort.
You did not need to do all that, Kay. You did not need to do all that. Like both of you, truly, I keep having these moments of like watching you two work together or like seeing people from all walks of life come to these events for me. And it's like, it's such a crazy, I don't know, experience of just, I can't believe that people are taking their time out of their day. First off, I can't believe that you took as much time out of your day to plan that to the extent that you did. I can't believe people are taking time out of their day to come to these things. Like it really is so crazy. I keep pinching myself and I'm really trying to be present because it goes by so fast. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. You did not need to do all that, actually. You did not need to do all of that. No, you didn't need to do all of that. But no.
We can argue, but we would have like what, our 4th fight ever in our life. And I'm not about to do that.
First,
so
we've never fought before.
You're so right. We've never fought ever.
You didn't need to do,
no disagreements,
you didn't need to
ever.
do a shower in general, and you did not need to go to the extent that you did.
Maid of honor.
But like, you didn't have to do that. But so thank you seriously so much. Thank you so much.
Remi, please. I'm so sorry. Just picture a world where I did nothing.
And that's fine. You know what's so funny? I called Kay and because I was like, oh wait, she never mentioned a shower. So I called her like a couple months before the wedding. I was like, you want a shower? She's like, I'd rather die. And that was literally our conversation. I was like,
I get
okay.
that. I get it if like that's what the person wants, but obviously I know you would want a shower, so I accept your gratitude. I was about to say apology, and that's definitely not what it was. Oh my God.
I'm sorry that you had to do all that.
No. I thank you so much. I appreciate that, but it was more than I could even, I was literally getting ready that morning, and I was like, I just need to channel my inner Remi, because what Remi never gets, I feel like there's people like you, a lot of people can probably relate. They're just such givers naturally. I know I've said this before, but like you don't always get that in return from other people, because it's not only a strength from other people, but like it's not their love language in the same way. And I just feel like you throw these beautiful like parties and stuff for everyone else. So I was just like, I need to channel my inner Remi and like give what she would give someone else, because that's what you deserve. So that's why me and Kay were like, okay, florals done. Like we're going
No,
chickens.
You guys, it was literally better. I need low expectations for this wedding, because it's gonna blow the wedding out of the water. The flowers, I was like, oh, I think there was more budget here than there's gonna be at the wedding for the flowers. Like being so honest. So low expectations, everybody. But truly, I need you to know I appreciate that thought so much from the bottom of my heart. Like it means so much to me that you thought that way, but please know I never do anything with the thought of like one day when it's my turn, she's going to do this. Like, please know I never, so like truly
Remi,
so grateful for anything. And thank you.
You're welcome. But truly, if you thought that way, we wouldn't be friends. Do you know what I mean? Like there's never a hidden agenda with you.
Okay. As long as you know that.
No, yes,
as long as you know that.
No,
because
like,
I just want to make it clear.
That's not how you work or you operate. So all that to say, I'm so glad you had a great time. We should get into all that. There's like so much a lot of shit has just happened.
I know. Well, also like I feel in the same way, because I'm someone who doesn't love a surprise, but it was the perfect amount of surprise. Like the way that I knew I was getting proposed to, but I didn't know how. I knew there was a shower, but I didn't know what.
Yeah.
So it's so fun, because you like sit down after, you're like, tell me everything, like what went on behind the scenes that I don't know about. So I'm having that deja vu moment of my proposal.
There was one big fuck up, and I'm so curious if you noticed.
It was Kaylee putting the wrong date on the sign, which, is that actually it?
Yeah.
Oh, I was kidding. I felt so badly that people are being like, not being mean. They're just like, that was the wrong day. And I'm like, delete, don't let her see it. Don't let her see it. Don't let her see
so
it.
Bad.
My baby. She's a teacher. She's doing so much. Leave her alone.
Okay, but that sign was beautiful.
Oh, I took it home. It's insane.
No, I literally was like, wait, how did you make that?
It was insane.
No, that's so funny, because I didn't even notice the day of. I just noticed when I posted stuff afterwards, people were like, wait, I think that's the wrong date. And I was like, oh no.
Who cares? Time is a social construct.
It is. It could have been. And then, you know what? In another part of the world, it was the 25th.
What? They don't know that we weren't in Tokyo.
No.
Wait, you're so right.
Just because, look, we didn't post us flying everyone.
Wait,
there.
No, because it's still in Tokyo, no matter what, it would still have been Saturday the 24th. Okay. They just would have been.
Well, just like somewhere it's happy hour, somewhere it was the right date. Okay. And you know what?
We got the year wrong. At some point in history, there was a May 24th Saturday. And 25th Saturday, and whatever it was.
Like, think about it. Like, maybe we time traveled.
So true.
There's a
you can pick whatever day you want it to be.
If you think about it, it's crazy that we just agree to what we're told.
That's what I'm saying. It's a social construct.
Yes, like we're just told that right now it's the month of May.
Yeah.
Okay, if I think too hard about this stuff, my brain hurts.
Like, I agree.
It's
like, at what point do we all just decide like, okay, yeah, let's believe that it's 1 p.m. right now. Like, let's all go with that.
Let's all be on the same. And then there's Arizona. We don't want daylight savings.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes.
Like, they just decide.
It's true. I think Kaylee has enough on her plate, and leave her alone.
Yes. And you know what? If that was the biggest mess up, we're good.
No,
we're golden.
I didn't even notice. To be honest, I was so overwhelmed by everything happening. The only thing I cared about were the bunnies. So like, and the teenage chickens. So
yeah, I do have to apologize for that.
No apologies necessary. Regardless, quite literally, best day of my life.
I mean, we should start from the very beginning, because the day before exciting things happened, we also put together the Labubu bouquet.
Labubu bouquet. I can't believe I didn't think to call them that.
I'm going to be honest. I saw someone comment that.
No, I know.
And I was like, that was so good.
Yes.
Shout out to whoever you were.
That was amazing. The Labubu bouquets were such a hit. If you guys missed the last episode, Pretty Basic, I was literally leaving to go get the Labubu bouquets.
Well, and we talked about Labubus for so long. We won't this episode. Do not worry.
No, we won't. I promise. But they were such a hit and it was so fun. Everyone was so excited. My aunt got COVID literally 2 days before, so she wasn't able to make it to the shower. I know, but my auntie Sophie, my aunt who lives in Korea, well, she's like back and forth, but our aunt that we meet up with in Korea, she had gone out with my mom a couple days before, and she like showed my mom a Labubu. She's like, "Do you see this? I got a Labubu." And my mom's like, "I have like 4. Remi gave them to me." And my aunt was like, "Wait, what?" And then when my mom told me that, she's like, "Yeah, I told Auntie Sophie I have 4 Labubus from you." I knew I was doing the Labubu bouquets,
yes.
And so I was like, Auntie Sophie should come. She can take Auntie's place because obviously someone needs to get that Labubu bouquet.
Yeah.
And so I didn't tell my mom. I didn't tell my Auntie Sophie. My Auntie Sophie was gagged. And then there were a couple extra bouquets because some people were sick. My wedding planner was in the hospital, which we will get into that later. So we had some extra bouquets. So at the end of the shower, we had brought them in boxes. And I literally just give my mom and aunt the extra box. There were like 3 left over. And I was like, take them now. And they like drove, they literally got in their car and they left. They left so fast. They left. They were like, bye. And they left.
No, Susan was like, where's your mom? I need to say bye. Like that was so really cute.
No, there's so much we need to get into. Before then though, we need to say thank you to A24 for sponsoring this episode of Pretty Basic. I cannot believe those words just came out of my mouth. The new movie, it's an A24 movie called Materialists. And there has never been a more Remi Alicia coded movie put out in the history of the world. I think that truly Celine Song, shout out to her. If you guys don't know, she's the writer and director of the movie Past Lives. If you have not seen it, it will wreck you. It's like truly, I think, the most beautiful movie ever made. She's incredible. She wrote and directed a new movie called Materialists. And I just have to say, Chris Evans, we're so back. And we are so back. He and I are so back.
Honestly, Pedro Pascal, like, I'm sorry.
Yes, obviously, yes. Pedro
Love
Pascal
him
as
too.
well.
Again, polar opposites, but also like you want both.
And like the fact that you look like Dakota Johnson.
No, I've gotten that since I got my bangs, but especially with the long hair, I've had probably 3 people say that within the past 2 weeks. And we were just in New York. So the way that while I'm watching this, I was just like, this is me in a whole other universe. Like I am Dakota Johnson. Her character in the movie is Lucy, and she is a literal like matchmaker. And I just like saw myself I saw myself.
I feel like there is a
triangle,
multiverse.
and I loved it.
There is a multiverse where you are her. Like truly, there is an Alicia in New York who's a matchmaker, whose ex-boyfriend, like you run into them with like, you know, a little, I don't want to give away any spoilers, obviously, but you run into an ex-boyfriend, a past love, but then there's this new shiny new love, and you're like, wait,
but they're
what am I gonna do?
opposites.
So opposite. Do I go to my past? Do I go to my future? What am I gonna do?
One is like so put together, kind of rich, like smooth, you know, has all the connections in the city, has the life you've always dreamed
Very
of.
suave.
Very suave. Then there's the opposite, who's like, you know, aspiring actor, you know, a little more, not grungy, a little scruffy. Love scruff. You know, complete opposites.
Yes.
Another part that I actually thought was so interesting, like being so honest, if I was to like be a matchmaker or something, I realized like the different types of clients you would get from watching this movie, because some people were so different, and obviously everyone wants love, so you want it to work out for everyone. But like there's, oh my God, not like so many different types of people and characters and clients, and just like having to, it's like a puzzle, like pairing who would go well with who. Even I think it was like what, she was at her 9th successful marriage. Every job is different how you measure success, but something like that, like obviously you can't just be all talk. Like obviously your work has to show for itself. Like if you're a matchmaker, weddings need to be popping.
Honestly, it's like if you think about like dating shows or things like that, like they measure their success on like who's still together, if they're married or not. It's very true.
Seriously, shout out to A24. That's crazy saying. Amazing cast, amazing production. Like it truly is crazy that they're even wanting us to. It was the easiest work we've ever had to do. Watch a movie, watch A24 movie, perfect. Love triangle, perfect. Someone who looks like me, perfect.
It's like looking in a mirror. Seriously, guys, you have to go watch it. Celine Song is amazing. Support our Korean queen. You guys can watch it only in theaters starting June 13th.
This movie does also include some serious topics around dating safety, including sexual assault. Just wanted to flag that because that can obviously be very triggering for people.
Also, if you guys check out the link in our description box, you can get your tickets early. Thank you, A24 and Materialists, for sponsoring us. Seriously, this is a dream come true. Thank you for listening to us.
We love you so much. Wow. Speaking of love triangles, I'm just kidding.
Oh yes, let's get it. Finally,
No,
let's get into it.
We're not.
So the night that we were making our Labubu bouquets, it's hard to say, Labubu bouquets.
Labubu bouquet.
Alicia and Ollie came over and we just like rotted on the couch. We were just watching TV, waiting for Kay to come up from San Diego. And then we were all going to make the Labubu bouquets together. Oh my God, we have to talk about Cal too.
No, like a good rot session.
The hydrangeas and Cal.
Oh,
We have to say that. Okay. But we were laying on the couch, rotting. And then all of a sudden Alicia goes, Remi. And she shows me her phone. And it's this TikTok of Ashley Benson. And initially in my mind, I'm like, I feel like she's showing me as if like this has something to do with us. Like there's something to do with us.
The way I was like Remi,
yeah.
it was like I was like, oh my
like,
God, everyone.
stop in your tracks.
Well, I said, pause the show right now and everyone look at my phone. Like, so obviously it was something.
It had to be something
This was crazy,
big.
Remi.
I'm going to be honest. My brain went to like, oh, maybe there's something to do with us. Like from the way that she said it. But then I quickly was like, no, there's no way because Ashley Benson has no idea who we are. And, you know, why would she? And then as I'm sitting there and I'm like watching, Alicia shows me this TikTok where Ashley Benson is very casually just like, oh, guys, I'm in New York. I've been here with my husband. We're shopping. I wanted to do some vintage shopping. And she so casually goes, yeah, and I was watching Remi and Alicia's vlogs. But like she talks about us like we're friends.
Like, keep going.
Like as if she said my name and your name as if I was talking about Ollie and Cal.
Yes, or even as if everyone should know.
Obviously, like,
it's
we're all friends.
Obviously you know.
Yes.
You know.
And then she goes on to say like, yeah, I couldn't remember the name. So like I had to go back in their vlogs like from months ago. And I was like, oh, she's been watching for months.
Also,
like truly, you guys, my heart was palpitating. That is my queen. I have zero words. Like, I don't even know what to say. I had a full body chill. I had an out of body experience.
and she tagged us.
And she did tag us, yes.
like, she went out of her way to tag us.
I truly, that is my queen. Hannah Marin. If you've never seen Christmas Cupid, I obviously thank you, Lex. I immediately had to put on Bring It On In It to Win It, obviously, which I've spoken about many a time on this podcast and Alicia Marie has never seen. And I immediately, obviously I buy it on Amazon immediately and I put it on the TV and I'm like, watch this now.
The thing too was the vintage shop Treasures of New York City.
Shout out.
I had a friend tell me that like years ago to go see them. Shout out Parker. And we've like built a relationship with the owners. It's like a husband and wife duo. And his story is actually really cool because he just started, they needed extra money. So they're like, oh, I'll just start like selling sorry, that sounds like he was selling his wife's clothes without her knowing. But she was like, hey, we can sell some of my like clothes, my, you know, stuff on eBay. I think it was eBay or Poshmark. I forget what app or site it was. Fast forward, it's turned into like one of the coolest vintage stores in New York City. It's still run by the couple and they like source things. They like find like amazing designer pieces. Like they're just so down to earth and so cool. So we built a relationship with them and I get a DM from them and they had sent me the TikTok and said, thank you so much as always. Cause anytime we go, we'll film or we'll post or like whatever, just to support them. And that's how I found out. So I was like, wait, what? And then I click it and watch it. And I'm like, no fucking way. I'm like, pause the show. Remi, this is insane. I was not expecting the reaction that you gave because your heart I saw the palpitations.
No, you guys, like my claim to fame. Well, I kind of forgot that if you look her up on Google, it says she's from my hometown. I'm from like a very small town in Anaheim called Anaheim Hills. And it literally says on Google that she's from there. And then I remembered her sister used to teach at my dance studio like during the Pretty Little Liars days. But
I bet those classes were full.
I honestly, like, I feel like people I forget. I just remember, I think her name was Shay. I just remembered that. And I remember always being like, oh my God, yeah, Ashley Benson's sister like teaches here. But like, that was all I remembered. And then also my other claim to fame is Sabrina Bryant was a cheer coach at a local high school also.
Sabrina Bryant?
Cheetah Girl.
Oh.
Anyways, I say all that to be like, oh my God. Like I forget How obsessed.
Rebecca Black too.
No.
I'm sorry, your
Anaheim Hills breeds stars.
No, and Marina
And Zach
Valley.
Shallcross, The Bachelor.
There's not much in Marina Valley happening.
There's so much happening.
I mean, there is, but my girlies get it. My IE baddies get it.
We all get it. Round 1 at the Marina Valley Mall. Don't even
That
get me
was
started.
a later ad. The Moval Mall was
bleak.
for a long
No,
time.
but I love Green Crush. My little drinks.
Oh, yes.
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 Those.
Yes, those are
good.
delicious.
Those are bomb.
No, you guys, it was really crazy. She means so much to me. And I was so excited also because Kaylee was coming up from San Diego. And like when I tell you, Kay and I would watch Pretty Little Liars every week. And then we would just like sit on her couch weekend after weekend, just binge watching episodes. She would literally go clock in at the movie theater and I would still be at her house watching as she left. And then she'd come back and she'd be like, oh, you're still here. And I'd be watching Pretty
I
Little
didn't know
Liars.
she worked in a movie theater.
Yes,
but
she
I
did.
love
Cinema
that.
City. Rest in peace. Anaheim Hills. It was iconic, truly. It's so crazy. I know I'm like making lots of jokes, but like truly it is really crazy to think about. Like similar to the Lana thing, like you don't know who's watching your videos. You do not know.
Sometimes there could be 100 people in the room and all you need is one.
All you need is Ashley Benson and Lana Del Rey.
No. Yeah, I don't know.
If you think
Me
about it
glitching
too
right now.
hard though, like who could be watching, then you start to be like, oh, I need to do this differently. I need to do that differently.
Also, again, like
Slippery slope.
love us, but like we love
not
just
cool.
we're not like we will rot on the couch. Like I feel like we see all the cool girls doing shit. We're like, we want to do that. Like we want to try, and we try. But you know what?
It's not
And every girl
authentic.
is a cool girl. That's the thing. Being cool is being authentic to yourself.
I
and
agree.
Finding someone who balances.
I actually
your
like.
quirks.
I so agree with that.
Oh my god, are we cool, girl? I'm just kidding.
we're cool in a different way than like the Instagram girls.
Yeah,
and we're aware of that, and that's okay. Truly, I think the day that we stop trying to like be something that we're not is probably the day that Ashley Benson found her channel.
No,
she also is the OG cool girl. Like
me just this whole time.
no, you guys don't understand. 13 going on 30. Like,
oh my god. Well,
Christmas
you know what?
Cupid changed my life.
No, and here's the thing.
I watch
too.
it every Christmas.
Like Pretty Little Liars, like yes, I have some like gripes with the writing specifically, just because there was a lot of like little plot holes. But
Not Ashley's fault.
It's not her fault at all. Okay, girl, get your money. Here's the thing, like that was such a monumental time for that was right as social media was like going. So I feel like that was like one of the last shows that everyone watched.
Do you remember like the Twitter phenomenon?
Oh my
with
God.
PLL, I forgot about
I remember
that. Yeah.
Yes. And then Ava and I did like reactions to the finales.
No.
Yeah.
Way. Like vlogs?
Yeah, we'd like vlog our reactions for like the finale and stuff.
No.
And it was just such a, I feel like whether you liked it or not, you knew what it was. It was so big at the time.
Yeah. That was
the poor I just feel so bad for some of the actresses. Like, by the end, they were just like, it was giving Riverdale too, where they're just like, I'm stuck in this contract. I want to leave. I want to do something else. But like, y'all killed it.
It is really crazy though how famous each one of them got from that show. Like I feel like that doesn't happen nearly as much. I would say Riverdale was like close, but Pretty Little Liars was like a phenomenon that was like, because it was ABC Family at the time. Like I feel like that was unlike other than like Hannah Montana, like the Selena and Demi moment. Like it really was like everything. Like it really, really was.
Obviously, so we kind of fangirled and we were just like, oh my God, this is crazy, because obviously we're besties and we're on a first name basis. She was so sweet and replied to our comments. I was like, what do I comment?
No, I'm like still not okay. If I think about it too
though,
hard.
I'm sorry. My favorite was all you being like, y'all need a comment. And you were like, and then I'm next to him. I look at him bringing up the TikTok. Remi already commented. It was so funny.
He goes, oh, you guys need a comment.
Yeah, he was like, guys,
and
you
then
need to comment on
literally,
it.
Me already. Wait, I'm not okay.
And then as I read it, you go, I already did. Like, it was so funny. It was such a, like, from my POV, it was such like a movie scene. But yes, we did watch Bring It On and It to Win It, and it was really good.
It's so good.
Minus like my favorite even, what's that other one with, what's her name? Where she's a dancer at like in New York at Juilliard, and then she does hip hop, and then people are like getting older is realizing like she was a really bad dancer.
Selena Gomez?
Save the Last Dance, Julia Stiles. Like,
I've never seen that.
Wait, watch the clip on TikTok of her dancing, and all the comments are like, how did we think this was good? And it was like her doing traditional ballet. She's like, I'm going to change it up and do hip hop. And it's bad hip hop, first of all. But then two, like somehow she actually wins. That would never happen. Like that, it's just so like, let's say similar thing with a lot of the Bring It Ons. It's like, let's add break dancing. And it's like in a real cheer competition, like y'all would not like.
I feel like that. I'm trying. Is it Camp Rock or something where like they have like a talent show and it's like so obvious that the main character should not have won? No, because Peggy won in Camp Rock. I forget. But there's like so many times where it's like they do a talent show and it's like they make the star win, but like we all know the other people are better.
No, yeah, it's just funny. Like, but again, we ate that shit up as kids. We were like, wow, she's so good.
Yeah.
Wait, I have to show you the clip. I'm so sorry. It's so funny, Remi.
I'm going to be so honest. I don't like Julia Stiles. I've felt that way since I was a kid.
I mean,
there was some movie, The Prince and Me. When I watched that as a kid, I was like, I don't like her.
10 Things I Hate About You. Great. But I feel like Heath Ledger also. But I do feel like she fit the character of the like, I'm annoyed with you.
She's got like a really good bitch face.
Yes. And I feel like that fit the character. But in other ones, I'm like, what?
I know. Wait, what if Julia Stiles likes pretty basic? There's no way. There's no
and
way.
if she does, here's the thing. You know she was
we are
like
collecting them like what are the Marvel jewels?
Oh my God, the Infinity Stones.
Infinity Stones.
No, like here's the thing. You know she was probably like, I have to do this. Like she knew it was bad. Getting older is realizing this girl could not dance. And I couldn't do better. That's the only reason why I'm saying this.
Ashley, I'm sorry for listening. We were watching In It to Win It, and it's me, Alicia, and Cal. And Cal's like, so like, what's happening? And I was like, oh, it's like a play on West Side Story. And Alicia like starts dying laughing. But it is.
Okay, here's the thing. What are they, like tropes? Like there's always like the same ones used since Shakespeare, blah, blah, blah.
Friends
yes.
to lover or enemies to lovers. Yes.
But it was just, I never thought I would hear that in a sentence together. And I was like, West Side Story is this like beautifully like multiple award winning like art.
At its core, though, this story is applicable to so much of life.
No, it is. And you know what? So is Bring It On In It to Win It.
Thank you.
No, and
the Jets.
Yeah.
The shark versus Jets.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just, I giggled.
And Boys in Motion.
We are
Michael
the boys
Copan.
in motion. We give you our devotion.
Boys.
Wow. We're giving millennial right now, and that's
Jennifer
okay.
Tisdale, Cassie Skirbo, Make It or Break It. I loved that show.
You're still just so good with like actors' names.
It's because I have quite literally nothing better to do, and I was like an obsessed kid. That's why I literally had heart palpitations. Like I was obsessed with all.
But I'm glad you had that moment. I was glad I was there to witness it with you and still freak out. But once I knew the lore of how much, even more, when Kaylee walked in, you told her, and she was like, "Shut."
No, Kaylee was you guys. It was like perfect timing because it meant so much to us.
Yeah.
I genuinely used to think a pillowcase was just a pillowcase, but then I found out it can be the reason why your skin breaks out or your hair is frizzy every single morning. Lissy, the silk pillowcase, changed everything for me.
Especially after getting these extensions. I'm trying to take care of this hair so I can reuse it. I didn't realize how much satin is actually made from just a lot of synthetic materials, and it can be really rough on your skin and your hair. Blissy is 100% pure silk. I've noticed such a huge difference. It feels like a little beauty treatment every single night.
When I started using Blissy as my pillowcase, my hair became so much smoother and it's just healthier overall. It also works wonders for color treated hair too because it protects your style and keeps it fresh.
Also, Blissy is dermatologist tested and recommended. It does not clog pores, which is huge for me because I am prone to breakouts. Plus, silk fibers keep your skin hydrated all night without soaking up your skincare products.
I am leaving for the wedding so soon, and I'm literally gonna bring my pillow with my Blissy pillowcase because I want my hair to look amazing. I want my skin to look amazing.
Wait, that is so smart because you do need a good night's sleep and we need some beauty rest.
Quite possibly the most important night to get beauty rest ever. It's also great because silk is hypoallergenic too, and they have over 70 colors, including the new Wicked line.
Okay, so the night before your wedding, you have the pink one, I'll have the green
Wait,
one.
Alicia.
Yeah. Oh my God, we'll cry all night.
Blissy has been featured on Live with Kelly and Mark, The View, Oprah Daily, and Good Morning America. It was voted the best gift of 2024, and over 3 million people have bought it, so you know it's good.
If you want better hair, clear skin, and more restful sleep, this is the upgrade you need.
And because you're a listener of Pretty Basic, Blissy is offering 60 nights risk-free, plus an additional 30% off when you shop at blissy.com/prettybasic, BLISSY.com/prettybasic, and use code PrettyBasic to get 30% off. Your skin and hair will thank you. Okay, guys, I just recently tried a new drink, and it is 100% my new drink for the summer. It's Simply Pop. If you guys haven't heard, the Juice People, yes, Simply just dropped a prebiotic soda, and it is so good.
Simply Pop is the new prebiotic soda made with real fruit juice and no added sugar, which first of all, we love. And the best part, it has 6 grams of prebiotic fiber to support gut health, plus zinc and vitamin C to support immune function.
It's light, it's bubbly, and the flavors are unreal.
No, I feel the exact same way. This one, seriously, it is so good. So good.
And we have to talk about the flavors because, oh my goodness, wow. There's pineapple mango, there's lime, there's strawberry, there's citrus punch, and my personal favorite, fruit punch. If you know me, I am a fruit punch girl through and through. And that one, when you get it nice and ice cold, it is so refreshing and perfect for summer.
Ooh, see, I've had that one, but I feel like lately I've been really obsessed. The pineapple mango one. Me and mangoes lately.
I was gonna say that's so you.
I've been loving it. It's been my like new hyperfixation in a way that I'm sure I'll have that with another flavor soon. But the pineapple mango is unreal. Like it's sweet, tangy, refreshing, and it honestly, it just maybe because summer's coming up, it tastes like summer in a can.
The fruit punch gives me that like nostalgic straight from the juice box vibe, but way better. And when you add that prebiotic fiber to support gut health, it just keeps getting better and better.
Right? And I love, again, there's no added sugar. You're getting all the juicy, fruity flavors from Simply without the sugar crash. It's like Simply took all the flavors we love and made them even better.
So if you guys want to see what the fizz is all about, grab the new soda from the juice people, Simply Pop.
Find Simply Pop in all 5 juicy flavors by visiting us online at cokeurl.com/simplypop. That's cokeurl.com/SIMPLYPOP. Wow. But that happened Friday.
Anyways,
so that happened Friday. We had 25 little bouquets to make.
yes.
And the funniest thing happened with Cal with the
Oh
hydrangeas.
my God. Yes, you guys. Okay,
This is why I didn't, I'm so sorry to interrupt.
you're fine.
This is why I didn't understand the trend as much. You know, when people like will order groceries or have things delivered to their house.
And you get a man.
When you get a man instead of a woman doing the thing, that was a trend. And at first I was like, I don't really get it. And then it hit me, because a lot of stereotypically, I know I'm stereotyping, a lot of men sometimes just don't think.
Like when you get a woman Instacart delivery person, you cheer inside. You're like, wow,
yay.
I'm going to get my specifically named brand canned pineapple in chunks, and I'm not going to get a squash.
Or a whole pineapple. Yeah. Like I feel like you get the gluten-free brand, whatever one you want versus just, a loaf of bread,
Yes,
you know?
Exactly.
And I will say that's not always the case, but this just proved it a little bit.
It's like when you
Cal.
order like 6 bananas and then they bring you 6 bunches of bananas.
Yes,
It's like
you're
that
like,
discrepancy. Yes. So
and now I have to pay more
so
money. Yeah.
So we are making the floral arrangements and we went to Trader Joe's. We did our pickup. A lot of people are saying they didn't know you could do that. Truly, I know Trader Joe's employees have to be nice to you, but why do I leave feeling on top of the world every time I go to a Trader Joe's?
Trader Joe's is...
We're going to hang out. I'm literally going to hang out with Louisa now.
No, they're
and
on
Victor.
some Disneyland something.
Yeah.
Like they're on some... I don't know. I'd love to be in a vetting, like an interview, you know?
Truly an incredible experience. And if you didn't know, you can bulk order flowers at Trader Joe's and they are so nice and so helpful. And so I did my big flower order and we picked it up and we're doing the flowers. We had to do it the day before because obviously flowers die. So we're waiting. Kay comes. We tell her about Ashley Benson. And we're like, okay, time to get to work. So we're like laying all the flowers out on the ground. Also, in case you did not know, hydrangeas are toxic for dogs. So just if you're going to do a Labubu bouquet, be aware if you have hydrangeas, pick them all up. So we're doing all the flowers all over the floor and we are making all of them, but we're trying to like, you know, not make the bouquets too big, but not make them too small. And we start to realize like, oh shoot, we have like 10 bouquets left to make. And I don't think we have enough hydrangeas. And those were like our big ticket item of like taking up like a lot of space.
Like 2 of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so I'm like, oh shoot, we look at the clock. It's 9:15 p.m. I'm like, oh my God, well, Trader Joe's closed at 9. Okay, well, Gelson's, it's a grocery store out here, is open till 10. They have really nice flowers, but they're really expensive. So I'm like, Cal. And he comes downstairs. I'm like, can you please go to Gelson's?
You were like, lock in.
Yeah.
Can you move fast? Go to Gelson's.
I love Cal to death. He is a very slow mover. So I'm like, lock in, grab your bag, 6 bunches of hydrangeas right now, please. He's like, I'm on it. I got it. So he like runs out the door. And then very quickly after, maybe like a couple minutes, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh, wait. Maybe we should have counted because I'm like, wait, I think we actually do have enough. So I start counting the hydrangeas, and we have exactly enough to make 10 bouquets. And I'm like, oh shoot.
Which some of the flowers were a little more wilty. So like in a perfect world, we'd have other ones, but we were like, let's not waste them. Totally eat. Like, hey, Ollie, call Cal and just be like, hey, so sorry, we actually don't need any.
Yeah. And Trader Joe's, I chose Trader Joe's because they sell flowers, like a bunch of hydrangeas, like $3.99. At Gelson's, they're like $24.
Wait, I did not know that.
They're really, Gelson's flowers are much more expensive.
Gelson's in general is
People
expensive.
say that Trader Joe's is so inexpensive regarding produce and like everything, especially produce. And I don't know if you've noticed, but Trader Joe's produce goes bad the quickest, as well as Costco, because there are different tier levels to quality of produce.
This is the stuff I learned because my friend's a celebrity chef and I love it. I'm like, wow, that does make sense. Love Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
It's so great when I need something last minute.
Yes.
But yeah, the lettuce will or get old
It goes a
in
little
like 4
quicker.
days.
Exactly. So like if you're going to make something tomorrow, Trader Joe's great option or the next couple days. But if you want something to really last, a Gelson's flower honestly even like lasts significantly longer for me than a Trader Joe's flower, but it does the job. So there's different tier levels, and I don't know if it's the lower on the tier, it's not as high quality, or if it's the higher on the tier, I forget, but there's a discrepancy between the two. All to say, and also I think Gelson's is just overpriced in general. So Cal is at Gelson's picking up the flowers, and I'm like, oh shoot, Ollie, call him. Tell him we don't need him, because that's like a lot of money for flowers.
I was gonna say $20
Yeah, I was
times.
like, hurry, call him. We don't need it. And he's like, okay. So he's calling 5 times. We get voicemail.
Also, I swear, like he had just left.
He had just left. And I also said on his way out, I was like, put your phone on loud so I can tell you if you need more. I said that. I was like,
did.
Put it on loud if we need more or if we need less. Like, oh, he's like, okay, got it. And so he leaves. He's gone. We call. He's not picking up. And then I'm like, oh, well, Gelson's is really close. So I was like, he's going to be back any minute. I was like, it's fine. We'll have extra flowers.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? 2 minutes later, we see the door unlocking.
And I see this like big, I'm like, oh, he got them because I see like this blur of white, and he's coming in. He like saved the day. He felt like Chris Evans.
He was so cute.
He was like, damn, I'm going to get it tonight. I brought the hydrangeas.
He literally walks in. He's got 6 big bunches, and we clap. We're like, yay, Cal. Like we didn't want to make him feel bad.
No,
obviously.
we literally were like, when he walks in, we have to be like, wow, thank you.
so
Because like we didn't want to
much.
break the news to
No.
him. But he went all the way there and bought them for nothing.
Yes.
So we're cheering, and he's like, what? Like he genuinely so excited, and we like could not break it.
So he comes in, we're cheering, and then he goes to take the dogs out, and I'm like, oh, I know when he takes the dog out, you're just on your phone the whole time. So he's like honest, and I'm like waiting for him to like say something when he comes in. He comes in, nothing. It's just silence. And then I'm like, oh, Cal, did you check your phone? He's like, yeah, I did. And we're like, did you see anything? He's like, yeah, Ollie called me 5 times. And we're like, okay. And I'm like, did you want to like ask why he called? And he goes, I can put 2 and 2 together. And then just walks away. And we're like, okay. And he leaves. And then we just continue our bouquets. And Kaylee and I are dying laughing because Cal always says like these like one-liners that are so funny that like literally we quote all the time.
Now
we do. I can put 2 and 2 together.
And
or
we
there's
will
another
be
one.
saying that so much on this pod.
Oh, absolutely.
I can put 2 and 2
together. And Kay also loves, there's one time where he went, I find it interesting. He has these like one-liners that are like so perfect. And he's literally like the most perfect specimen and like is an angel. And it's just so funny because again, it's like so close, but just like a little
You know what
off.
it is? We always say how he is a cartoon character.
Yes.
That would be what the cartoon says.
Yep.
I find it interesting.
Or I can put 2 and 2 together. So he goes upstairs,
off.
literally
Not a sweat on his brow.
so happy. He leaves. We're dying laughing. We finish up the bouquets. Alicia and Ollie go home, and Kay and I are gonna go up to bed. And then we're like, we have to go tell him like what happened. So we walk upstairs, and he's so cute. He's like watching a movie in his room, and he's like, hi, when I walk in. I'm like, we finished the bouquets. He's like, oh my God, amazing. And then I was like, by the way, you know how Ollie called you, right? He's like, yeah. He also texted me. And I was like, oh, what? Ollie didn't tell us he texted you. What did he text you? And Cal goes, oh, in all caps, he put SOS, no bouquets. And I was like, okay, yeah, so what did you mean by that? He went, you guys were telling me that you don't have flowers. I was like, I know you guys have no bouquets. I'm going to go get them. I'm at the store buying them already. You don't have to tell me. And I was like, no, we meant do not buy bouquets, which I mean, in his defense, Ollie, we could have said do not buy bouquets, but I understand we were in an SOS situation.
I was going to say, I think he said no hydrangeas.
Cal took it as no hydrangeas. I know I'm buying them. You already told me. Versus don't buy hydrangeas. And we were dying laughing.
It's just so funny. Going back to the Instacart of it all, it's like, I would be like, oh, weird. He texted that 2 minutes ago, not before I left.
Exactly. That's the thing. It's
That's
like
the difference.
It said like 2 minutes ago versus like what should have been 20 minutes ago.
He's like, Ollie, chill. I'm buying
I'm
them.
already here. You don't have to remind me.
No, that's so funny.
I love that man so much. And it was so funny. And now we're going to quote all the time. I can put two and two together.
It's the pause before two.
I can put two and two.
The nod two.
I can put two and two together. I'm just glad that we were all there to experience a true Cal moment.
I just didn't
and
want
you
to
literally
break
can
it to
never be
him.
mad. He's literally just a perfect angel who's like wanting to help.
I think he also doesn't even understand how funny it was to us.
No.
Because he's like, okay, cool, I messed up.
Yeah.
But we're like, no, it's funny.
No, it was the like him coming in silently too and being like, so did you check your phone? Like, also you saw 5 missed calls. You weren't like, oh,
SOS.
SOS. Yeah.
No hydrangeas.
I
SOS.
can put two and two together.
I can put two and two.
Overall, it was so funny.
You supporting your future husband. Yes, you can, babe.
Yes, you did, babe. And thank you. And honestly, we made some kick-ass bouquets using those flowers. And my house looks like a flower shop now.
It does.
Yes.
So obviously the next day was your bridal shower. I know we already like touched on it, so we can like get into the nitty gritty because I feel like for people who weren't there, I feel like we should give them some tea. I feel like we should like, I don't know. I also, we can cut this if you want, if you don't want to talk about it, but I do feel like I've just learned so much from watching you go through this entire bridal era and everything. I'm curious if you feel like stress or pressure when it comes to like posting or not posting, or obviously you have family who aren't used to the vlogs around, or I don't like just navigating that. Obviously this was a surprise, so it was like a little different, but I kind of want to get into like, obviously you're excited and you loved it, but like, was there pressure for it to look a certain way? Was it hard for you to not have hands off, or normally you are like, you like having everything planned and not a surprise? We can start there.
Regarding the surprise of it all, my plate is so full right now with wedding planning and also like things behind the scenes that people don't even know about in the work world, where I am so grateful to have had you guys put time into quite literally anything for me. The fact that it was so beyond my dreams, anything that I could have imagined was so special. I think that truly my plate is just so full right now being a planner, my plate is so full right now, even though I am a planner and I would have loved to have helped with anything, I don't have the capacity to.
Yeah.
So I didn't even worry at all about like, oh my God, is it going to be, I also had no expectations. Like truly, again, I throw parties and give because I want to, not because I'm like, oh, well, one day when they throw my shower, it's going to be amazing. So like, truly, I was like, wow, the fact that everyone's just coming on a Saturday to celebrate me and Cal, like that's all I could have ever asked for. So no, I was totally fine. No matter what, even if it was like, what was the first theme that you came up with? The Botox and brides and Botox, which I told Belle about. And she was like, I would have loved that.
No, that would have been iconic.
It would have been so funny.
Not in the heat,
no matter what
hot.
it would have been, like, truly just the time and the effort meant so much to me.
So my big mess up is there were umbrellas as options, and I regret not doing them because it did get hot later and everyone was in the sun. And then I walked off, and literally those little fans, I had them. I ordered them the day before because I was like, we definitely are going to need fans. Like, I just feel like people are going to want little like handheld fans in case it's hot or sunny or whatever. I made the mistake of like not checking if they were delivered because it didn't say it would be there by a certain time. So I was like, dang it, they didn't make it. I left, boom, they were at my house. So I literally left, they were at my house. I was like, dang it. So I literally told Laura halfway through, I was like, can you do me a huge favor? Run home, grab the fans for everyone.
Oh
so
my
that's why they came out
God.
later, because I was like,
I think it came out at the perfect time though. I just tried to warm up.
30 minutes too late.
No.
But then I was like, oh my God, I had the option for like umbrellas. We literally had the rentals. They pulled up, they had umbrellas. And I was like, you know what? I was getting everyone's opinions, and people were like, you know, like it is a little more of an eyesore. It's supposed to be like overcast all day. Like, I really don't think you're going to need them. So I should have trusted my gut, but I didn't. And I said, okay, we can nix the umbrellas. Boom. Anytime I saw someone like needing to move to the shade, I was like, it's my fault. I am so sorry. I was like, I'm so sorry. So that's why I was like, Laura, run home, grab the fans, even though they're like the cheapest little things ever. Like, please, we need them. And she did. She ran. She came back. And that's why they did come out later.
Shout out to Laura for being the MVP.
No, Laura's my
Actually.
assistant. I would take a bullet for her. I love her. I could not live without her.
I have to she's amazing. And she's just like actually the sweetest person in the world. Her coming dressed on theme while people arrived and then switching to an all black outfit to match the planners. I was like, are you insane.
No.
Like you don't even need to be here. It's a Saturday. This is crazy. And like for her, she's just the best ever.
I mean, I did give her overtime. I was like, don't fight me. I'm giving you overtime for this. Cause like you will be working because like, I just need you. I love her so much, but I thought it was even, I don't know if you noticed this, but like she kind of wasn't really around.
No.
And I walked into the kitchen and she's there with the caterers and she's just sitting. I was like, Laura, like go eat. And she's like, no, we already Postmated. Don't worry. And I was like, there's so much food. I was like, there's like a seat for you. And she's like, no. Like truly.
I love her.
But I was like, but you can't. I'm like telling you.
Also, she looked incredible.
I know.
She like is the hottest thing in the world. I love her. Thank you, Laura.
Shout out Laura. Shout out Braden. Shout out
Braden.
Shout out so many people. Oh my God, Braden. Yes. She literally said that she watched us for years and she helped plan everything and she killed it. And I found a lot of the inspo on Pinterest. And Kaylee helped with that too. So we were like, let's do a little garden party high tea. The amount of people who were like, what is garden party theme? Shout out Twee. She was like, girl, I've never been to garden party anything. Like, what do I wear? Can I wear this like long, like teal dress? And I was like, yes, of course. Like, that's totally fine. So it was really fun. My other mess up was, which I text you. I
was dying.
The other thing I was really excited for is obviously you love animals, you love aquariums, you love in another life, you are literally a veterinarian. Like you love animals so much. So I was like, it would be really cute if we could get like little baby chicks or like, some bunnies or like something. So like we found a credible source and we had them come and I was so excited because the day before when we were making all the bouquets, you were like, I can't wait to hold a little yellow chick. That was the one thing that wasn't a surprise because you were like, I'm so excited. And they come, I'm so excited. I walk out, I look, I see full on chickens and I was like, oh, those are like teenager chickens. Like they're like big and they're brown. And I was like, which I should have, clarified, the type of chicken. If you're ever looking for chicks, it's just little things like that you learn. This is why I'm not like the biggest, not planner, but like, it's just a strength of yours. You would be like,
hi, can I get photos? Like, like those model casting.
Yes.
Of the chicken.
Yes. I don't want to be catfished with the chickens, And here's the thing. They were cute. They were 3 weeks old, but I wouldn't know the types like you would. Like, the different, you're like, oh, that's a yellow beak, something. Like, I don't know. You know everything. So I text you and I'm like, hey, just so no one's sad, because this is the one thing you knew about this.
It was such a good text to receive.
And then I sent an invisible ink. They are not yellow. And then put the emoji of a chick.
To be honest, when I got that, I was expecting like a little brown chick then.
Yep.
And so it's so funny though, because I was like, so Kay's driving me to the event. I am having the worst cramps in my life that morning. I was so bloated. I felt so uncomfortable. I was wearing white. I just felt so uncomfortable. And I'm just like, I don't feel good. I was like in so much pain. And then I literally get the text that's like, just so you know, invisible ink, they're not yellow. And then another invisible ink, and they're teenagers. And like that made me like, I literally like, I felt no pain. I was just dying laughing.
I was just like, because the way it wasn't a negative shock, but when I was like, oh, that's different than I anticipated. And seeing as that was the one thing you're like, I can't wait to hold a little yellow baby chick. And then I was just like, oh, like I do need to flag this.
In your defense, and I got to talk to the lady for so long, like about her animals. Great. She was so sweet. And I was like talking to her. She fully incubated. This is the first time she's ever incubated eggs. Oh, wow. And she hatched these eggs herself. And so we were talking about like the kinds of chicks that they are. They're only 3.5 weeks old. So like you think that they're like, because they were like pre-teens almost. Like you think they're older. Chickens just grow so fast. We were talking about like all of her chickens. Like I had such a good time talking to her, honestly. And they were so cute. The only thing is I went to like hold one of the chickens because it literally hopped into my hand. And I'm like kneeling in this white dress and I'm literally holding it over my lap. And then I literally go, in my mind, I'm like, oh wait, I wonder if it's gonna shit. As I pull it forward, it starts shitting.
Insert photo. Insert photo.
As if I had kept it there a split second longer, I would have had chicken shit. Granted, it was white, so it's fine. All over my dress.
Which your dress is beautiful. Where was it from?
Thank you so much. Oh, my dress was from Nana Jacqueline.
We had a lot of people
really
asking. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was from Nana Jacqueline. I did buy it last Christmas, last Vlogmas with Cal when I went to the pop-up, and I was not forced to buy it, but I felt like I had to buy it because, in case you missed it, I did spill coffee all over it in the store. So then I was like, oh,
that one?
I'll take this dress. Yeah.
Where was this?
I was like, I'll take this dress.
I didn't see any stain.
I just was like, they were like, it's okay. But then I was like, I'll buy a new one.
Oh, got it. Yeah,
so
that's very sweet of you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was, not forced, but I did buy it because I felt so bad.
Yeah.
But I'm glad she found a home and
like,
a reason to wear.
An
And it was a
exciting
perfect bridal
day.
shower dress.
Yeah, it was really cute.
fun. My little heels were from Dolce & Gabbana. I bought those with the wedding in mind. I was like, I'm going to wear this for something because they're so cute. And they were honestly so comfortable.
You stood a
The
long
entire
time.
day. I was totally fine.
Oh my God.
So good. It was amazing.
We played games.
We played games.
The scrapbook that Kaylee made, we should talk about that because
my
that
God.
was something that's all her. She literally was like, Remi like showed me this years ago or something of everyone in the bridal party and friends and family making a scrapbook for the bride. And she fully put that together. Again, our strengths and weaknesses are like just so good together. And that was fully all her. So she has to have all that credit.
It was a dream come true. It was basically like a scrapbook, and it's called like Letters to the Bride, where people will write letters and then you like, glue them inside. And it was just so sweet. I was overwhelmed. I cried, and I don't normally cry. I cried when I got that because not only does it mean so much, again, that Kay took time to like make that and people took time to write those letters. Like, actually, that is in my top 3 most prized possessions now. Truly, after the fires this year, I was like literally packing like we were as if my house was potentially going to burn. And I was like, there were not a lot of things that I was like, I don't need a lot. Like I need my dogs, I need Cal, some family heirlooms. And like, I truly was like, wow, this book is coming with me.
Yeah.
Like I cherish that book. I didn't want to sit there and like read it in front of everybody.
Did you
like,
read it all yet?
I did. I like, as you know, I didn't want to sit there and like in silence for like 30 minutes as I'm reading it and people are watching me. So I took a moment last night to sit and read with it, and everyone's letters were so sweet. I was so grateful for everyone in my life. I have felt so much love throughout this whole process. And then one thing that, not that I want to brag about myself, but I've never thought this, but every single person's letter had this written in there, which made me really proud of myself, was that I make people feel very safe, allegedly. People all said like, I make them feel very safe, and that when I listen with my whole heart. And like every letter said that. And I was like, wow, I've never known that. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know that about myself.
Bring It On, In It to Win It. I'm just kidding.
That I'm listening with my whole heart. Obviously.
I'm kidding. No, it's 1,000% true.
It was just very touching. And like to see so many people write the same thing, I was like, wow. Just to think that even for one person to think that I do that for them. And then to have so many people, I was like, wow, I'm really proud of myself for that, because I mean, that's what you should do as a friend. But
we need to normalize though, like being proud of your strengths.
Yes.
I feel like as humans, we always look at like, oh, I'm not this, I'm not that, I don't do this enough. But like, it's not selfish or conceited to be like, yes, I am a safe place for people. Like we should own that more, you know?
I was like, wow, Remi, you've done a good job. That's what I thought when I was reading it. The one letter that made me cry the most was from my sister-in-law, Lily. I won't go into it because obviously it was private, but one thing that it just made me feel so much love was she's also an older sister. I know I've talked about being an older sister a lot on the podcast, but she's also an older sister to 2 significantly younger sisters. Her sisters are 6 and 8 years younger than her.
Oh, okay.
And so she wrote in there that she's never had a big sister and that I'm the big sister she always wanted. And that ended me. I was like sobbing, hysterically crying. Like it meant so much. So everyone's letters were beautiful, and I just am going to cherish that book for the rest of my life. You know, when you're trying to eat healthier, but you're also starving and on the verge of just ordering fries, Taylor Farms chopped salad kits have saved me from doing that on multiple occasions.
That is me all the time. First of all, I'm like, okay, I'll just order this really unhealthy thing instead, but it does not have to happen. Taylor Farms chopped salad kits are amazing because, you know, it's not just lettuce and not even just dressing. It's real full on flavor. I had the avocado ranch kit yesterday, and I had the crunchy tortilla strips, some roasted corn, and that creamy avocado dressing that made me forget I was even eating a salad. It hit the spot after we've just been traveling so much. My body needed something fresh, nutritious, and green.
I have a new favorite. Have you tried the Thai chili mango kit?
No.
If there's something with mango in it, I'm getting it. Sushi with mango, underrated.
Mango
salad
sticky
with mango,
rice.
Mango drink.
You could even like cut fresh mango in there.
Mango from my ice cream mango tree.
Yes.
Mango season's gonna go hard. The salad is amazing. The sweet and spicy combo is so tasty and flavorful. It's loaded with cabbage, carrots, and crispy wontons. So it actually feels like a full meal. But the last time I had one, I added shrimp because shrimp and mango go hand in hand, and it truly tasted like I got it at a restaurant.
I mean, cooking with Remi, are we shocked? You are cooking with Remi for a reason. But can we talk about how easy it is? You guys know I'm not cooking with Alicia for a reason. This I can get behind. You open the bag, dump everything in, mix, and you're done. No chopping, no cooking, no mess. We love Taylor Farms chopped salad kits, so grab a Taylor Farms chopped salad kit and get your salad together.
You ever notice how some days just feel like they're dragging and then someone shows up for you in the best way?
Oh, absolutely. Like the time you surprised me with coffee at the studio because I was having a rough morning. That seriously turned my day around.
And that's just the thing. It's not just about getting a ride or a quick dinner at your door. It's about those little moments where Uber helps you be there right when it matters.
Or if you can be very forgetful and you maybe forgot to get someone a birthday cake, you can always order last minute cupcakes to a birthday party. I mean, truly, I don't know what I would do without Uber Eats because I'm kind of the queen of forgetting, as we know. Yet I always want to make someone feel valued and special.
And it's also more than just food. It's about showing up with a hug or a care package. Uber helps you show up for the moments that matter.
And it's not just getting from point A to point B. It's about being able to say, I'm here, whether it's a ride, a meal, or just, a moment of support. Uber makes it possible, especially in the moments where there feels like there's just too much going on and there is not enough time in the day. Rem, you already know I will be utilizing Uber for any last minute needs for your wedding. Uber will be my maid of honor assistant and I'll just be way less stressed because I know I can get last minute wedding needs because I know Uber will always help.
You and Kay have already been the best maid and matron of honor that I could have ever asked for. But as we saw with Heath and Mariah's wedding, just like the last minute disposable cameras that we did, we won't have to worry or stress because we know that Uber exists.
It's that quiet reassurance that even on our busiest and most overwhelming days, there's still a way to express love, support, and care without needing to say much at all.
Whatever it is, big or small, Uber is on the way, so you can be on your way to what matters most to you.
Uber, on our way. I didn't even read all of them, but I was looking over your shoulder when you were like looking through them. And the one that got me was from your dad. That's like the first line being, as long as I can remember, I always wanted a little girl. Oh my God.
Him saying like, I would get home, I'd be so excited to come home from work to see you. Ended me. So sweet.
No, Rem.
Also, I know that because every time I see my dad, so where's my granddaughter? Where's my granddaughter? I'm like, no pressure. What if I have a boy?
Oh my God.
He's the
best.
sweetest. Oh, and Cal.
Oh yeah. I'm just kidding.
No, Cal surprised me with flowers, but like it's such a thing online. Like it is a tradition for the groom to come surprise the bride with like a floral bouquet or like just surprise.
I didn't even
at
know
the
that's
bridal
a thing.
party.
Again, I'm learning
I saw it
so
on TikTok,
much.
honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a newer thing, but like it's such a thing. But it's such a funny trend of like, oh my God, my fiance surprised me with the flowers at my bridal shower after I told him exactly when to come and what I wanted. Like it's so funny. I will say I didn't tell him to come. Like everyone did. Like I know Ollie told him. I know you told him. I know Kayla. People told him. I didn't tell him to come. But it was so sweet that he came and he told me that he went to go pick up the florals from the shop. And they had lost his order.
Yes.
His full order. And he was like freaking out because he was like right on time. And then now he had to go find a new florist because he was like, oh, if you lost mine, I'm not going to give you my business again. So he had to find a new florist. And he said he found this really sweet shop that was like two old ladies that owned it. And they made the bouquet.
Flowers were beautiful.
So beautiful. So sweet. Him coming. And then it was so cute because he gives me the bouquet and he's like, do I leave now? And I was like, I don't know.
We were like, sit.
Yeah, I was like, join if you want. He was like, okay.
I was so glad he did because one of my favorite gifts was from your mom.
Yep.
I think that was my favorite gift. Like you literally, she's like, oh, like Cal's here. Like kind of joking that it'll be awkward or something like that. And it was like, or what did she say? She was like, I'm happy that I can give you like the first one, or like, it was something being like, oh, it's going to be like sexy lingerie, like, oh my, or something like that. And you're like, I can't open this in front of Cal.
Also weird to get from my mom.
No, but it's just, that's the thing people like get for like bridal showers and stuff or like bachelorettes. But you pull out what looks like the comfiest pink head to toe onesie that everyone starts crying laughing.
That's literally what you put, like it looked like a baby onesie just blown up.
No, it was so funny because we're all expecting like something like silky and lacy and like sexy.
She did eat me up. That was really funny of her.
So funny. It was so good. I think that was my favorite gift for sure.
She slayed it. Everyone's gifts were so sweet. Alicia got me an Hermes bag.
But like, here's the thing.
Hello.
I know we barely talked about this. They offered me that when I was in Korea. Like I literally was at the airport.
You don't have to buy it just because they offer it to you.
It was literally, they pull it out and I was like, let me just see if they have any. It was so serendipitous. I'm like, let me just see. I have time to kill at the airport. I walked past Hermes. I'm like, let's be real. Like we all know the game. I'm not going to get anything, but like, let's just look and ask. I'm in a different country. If they say no, boom, they'll never see me again. Like easy. So then I'm like, okay, hi, do you guys have any bags? And they're like, big or small. In that moment, I knew, Rem, I was like, I got something. Like there's something here. So like she's showing me like this one and then I was like, oh, like what small ones do you have? She whips out that bag.
So sweet of you.
Ice baby Remi Blue. Okay. Remi Blue. We all know Remi Blue. And with silver hardware, it's like the cutest little like wallet on like a strap kind of thing. And I was just like,
I love a fanny pack.
No, but I was just like I have to. Like this was crazy. So I've had it ever since we went. And I've just been like waiting to give it to you. And it was so hard for me not to tell you in that moment that they gave it to me because I was like, Remi, they gave me a bag.
No.
But I was just like, oh, something. I've been so excited. I was like, something blue.
It was too much on top of everything else. Thank you. And it means so much that it comes from you. And also it means so much that it came from Korea.
I know.
Because it's such a special place for us.
I was like, so I was really excited to give you that. But,
thank you.
Oh my God, you're so welcome.
Too much, bitch. Too much.
You deserve.
Thank you.
We do have some wedding stressors, and I know we've been talking a lot about wedding, but like the last episode we mentioned prenups.
Yes.
I do think we should talk about that. Whatever you're comfortable with.
Yes. The shower was the shower of my dreams, and I think that I needed that day even more than you know. Well, actually, no, you do know. More than you guys know, because planning a wedding in general is so stressful, as it is. It is. I've been so blessed that my family's been so chill. My in-laws have been so chill. Like everyone has been so chill, which I'm so grateful for because I cannot even imagine the added stress of like drama within family or friends. Like everyone has been the most supportive, so sweet. I'm so grateful. But just the planning of it all it's very stressful. And there have been a couple stressors in my life. Oh, well, actually, not to say that the prenup has been stressful. Let me just say that. Like, the prenup actually went so incredibly smoothly. But I just posted a vlog today where I talked about in how New York I crashed out because my outfit didn't work for an event, but it wasn't even the outfit that didn't work that made me cry. It was just like a lot leading up to that. Again, weddings are very stressful. It's a stressful time. A lot is changing. And I talked about how in New York, I had quite a few calls scheduled to get mine and Cal's prenup in order. I had calls with my attorney. Cal had calls with his attorney. And that's been something that's going on behind the scenes. Not that I don't want to say, again, it's not like it's a big stressor. It's just, it was a little bit emotionally taxing.
Well, also, I mean, obviously you're so excited to, and regardless of your personal beliefs on prenups, like we're both very for them. But even having to outwardly say, in case we get a divorce, when obviously going into a marriage and a wedding, that's the last thing on your mind.
Yeah.
It does take a toll emotionally because you're like, obviously, I do not want this.
Yeah.
But to have all these hypothetical situations, I'm sure you left being like, what's the point of marriage? Like,
not quite that. It's just like it's just not fun to think about.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, this is a bummer. It makes me sad to think about. And then I was like, okay, then I moved on. But
okay, but for the florals.
But exactly. We have bigger things to talk about. The food. I'm just kidding. But it's just more like, to me, it felt very much like it's a hypothetical. So it's like planning your will, planning, if God forbid, you don't want to talk about dying, but you want there to be plans in place. And again, yes, I know not everybody's for a prenup. I will say I was a little nervous posting my vlog because I was like, I know not everybody's for it. I'm not telling everyone to go get a prenup. This is just something, and I've talked about this on Pretty Basic for years. This is a conversation that Cal and I had like a year into our relationship of like, hey, this is something that I want. What do you think? Yeah. And we've both been on the same page.
Because it could be a deal breaker for some people.
For sure.
So you gave him the option to be like, hey, get out now if this is not what you want. Because
I remember
this is part of it.
I was at an engagement dinner once and the bride was like, well, obviously we're getting a prenup. And the groom was like, oh, what? And I was like, oh, I feel like I shouldn't be here right now.
Oh, my mom's calling.
Yeah. Oh my God, wait.
I would be like,
I think I actually just peed my pants. I have to go to the bathroom. So it was just like,
imagine you're like, I just shit myself. I'm going to be back. I got to go.
It's like time and place. And you did it at my birthday dinner. But truly, I was like, also like it was their engagement dinner. So I was like, I feel like maybe this should have also been spoken about before getting engaged. So it's something that Cal and I had very we have very healthy communication in general, but it's something that we talked about so early on. I was talking about it with someone recently and they're like, oh, was that conversation? Oh, my therapist. She's like, was that awkward? Like, how was the conversation? I was like, oh, well, we'd been having the conversation sporadically for 5 years. So we were always on the same page.
So good.
But again, it's just like a hypothetical that is not fun to think about, but I personally am very, it's something that I wanted to do and he wanted to do. And I will say, I put the vlog up today and all of the comments are like, oh my God, I'm so pro prenup. I'm a lawyer, or I got a divorce and like, I can't recommend a prenup enough. And I really love the attorney that I went with, because initially when I first started meeting with him, like all he was in the car when I got the phone call, the first initial phone call, he was like, look, I just want to let you know, I am an attorney. I'm a prenup attorney who I will only work with couples if you're willing to have the conversation for you. He's like, I'm not going to have the conversations I'm not going back and forth with their attorney. Like you're marrying this person. This is your partner for your life. You're choosing this. I want you to have those conversations. And then you can come back and tell me what you guys talked about and what you agree and don't agree on. But like, I'm not going to be doing that for you because you're choosing to get married. This is your life. And I was like, that's how it should be. Mm-hmm. So I had the calls with him in New York of like, okay, like these are, the topics that we need to address. These are the conversations you're going to take to Cal. You're going to talk to Cal. You're going to let me know what he says. And then I'll go back and then we can, keep going in this motion. And it was all very simple and easy. Obviously, like Cal and I, again, because we have such good communication, like we have talked about a lot of these things before. It's not like we got into like, well, I want this and I want that and da-da-da-da. It was all, very healthy, but it was just like the hypothetical idea of like, oh, well, if we get a divorce, if it doesn't pan out, like what's going to happen with this? What's going to happen with that? Similar, I think, when we started the podcast of like, oh, well, if we have a friendship breakup, what are we going to do? It's just like, ugh, yeah, sad to think about, but you have to have those conversations.
No, even I've had a lot of, again, for those of you who don't know, I talk about it all the time, but I grew up in a very like Christian environment. Our like school and church was just like so small. And I've had a lot of family friends who I've known for years recently go through a divorce, who back in the day would have been someone who was so against prenups. And I feel like growing up I was too, because I'm like, oh, you're dooming it from the beginning. What's the point if you're not in it forever? And again, everyone has different opinions. But obviously, as I've grown up, I've realized, oh, that's actually not the case at all, personally. But even some of these family friends who are now in the process of divorce or now have officially been divorced more recently, they're like, get one. I was like, have your views changed on prenups now after being divorced? And there's like, get one. Like, truly, I never thought I would be here. And you never think you're going to be the one in a situation like that, but it's just, yeah, it's a lot.
I'd rather have the conversations now than down the line, whether we were to break up amicably or break up for some sort of specific hostile reason, or you know what I mean? Like, whatever it is, like I'd rather have the conversations when we're in a really good place and we can think like with sound in mind.
Yeah.
Two things. One, I do think that they're great. And my lawyer, even at the beginning, was like, I think prenups are great. Obviously, he's a prenup lawyer, but like, he's like, I think they're great because either way, when you get married, you are still signing a nuptial agreement. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just, you are deciding the rules for yourself and what you want versus the state. Mm-hmm. So that's just it. But I will say, I think they should be so much more accessible for everybody.
Yeah.
They're expensive and not everyone can get one. So it's, I agree. If someone wants to have it, they should have the choice to be able to, and it should not cost them an arm and a leg to do it.
And it sucks because lawyers specifically, I mean, you hear it for years. It's just like, oh, you get what you pay for. So even if there is something more accessible, it's like, okay, well, will this bite me in the ass later if it ends up not working or whatever? And it's like, yeah, there's so many, I would agree with that. Even like, again, watching you, I've been so blessed to be able to learn so much that I had no idea about. And even something like that, I'm like, damn, like how is a marriage contract like one page and then divorce page, like contracts and like all the legal are like books worth. Mm-hmm. Like it's so crazy. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think there's just, I mean, the wedding industry in general is like crazy. It's like so expensive, and I don't know, there's just, and then obviously with Ashley now engaged, like there's a lot I'm like just learning, and it's so, I feel like it can be kind of daunting, I guess is the word, or emotionally just taxing when you're like, wow, it's so expensive. Not what's the point? Because obviously I still believe in marriage and I think it's beautiful and whatever, but it really makes you realize like you have to choose a good partner. And like those family friends who are now divorced, like they had no idea their husbands were straight up narcissists. Like they had no idea for 40 years. You know what I mean? Like, so even though you think like, oh, it'll never be me or whatever, like, I don't know. I just think like marriage is scary.
Also, I think like I'm so grateful that Cal and I are so healthy and we communicate so well.
Oh my God, yeah.
It still wasn't a fun conversation. It wasn't like we had multiple conversations. They weren't fun. They're not fun to have. But I mean, I do think it's a really good testament to your relationship. And I do think, I have to believe your family friends that are getting divorced now, I do think it's a good peek. Had they had the conversations for them back in the day, maybe it would have been a good peek behind the curtain of like, oh wait, maybe this isn't my partner. If they're like, you know,
not
if
budging
we're not,
on certain
if we're not
things
agreeing or if we don't see eye to eye on certain things, or like, not even that, because I do think it's okay to not see eye to eye, but like, I think it's how you handle the conflict. It's a really good peek into your relationship. Can we communicate healthfully? Is this like, you know?
Yeah, no, and again, everyone has different like deal breakers, you know? So I think it's just been very interesting watching so many couples in my life, whether they're divorcing or getting married or having kids or like whatever the case is, it's just very eye-opening and you can learn a lot from watching.
Yeah.
So it's been interesting for me. Wow, I made this about me. I made your prenup about me.
No, I love
I really
it.
did.
Take it off me, please.
Oh my God. I'm glad that's been going smooth. I feel like that.
Yes, we're all good. Done and dusted, all good to go. But no, again, not that it was like a stressful thing. It just was like an added thing where I was like, oh, that's sad to think about.
Well, and in the back of your head, you're like, wow, if you don't agree with this, is that a deal breaker for you? Like, it's good to know and have that communication with your partner of like, what are your deal breakers?
Yeah.
Because then you're like scared of like, oh, well, who gets this?
And
or
I
like,
think it should be brought up early on enough in your relationship.
Yeah.
Not too early, obviously, not on the first date. So what do you think about prenups?
no, but think about it. Like,
But when you feel like it's right, when you feel comfortable and like to have that healthy line of communication, it's important.
yeah, I even know someone right now who's dating someone and their partner doesn't want to have kids. And obviously that's a deal breaker.
Huge deal breaker.
Nothing
Huge.
against that is her opinion, but he's kind of like, that's really important to me. So at what point do I leave because that's something I want, and how long do I wait it out hoping she'll change her mind? Like,
don't.
and that's really hard. But also if you like, I don't know.
You
so
love
there's
them.
yeah,
It's hard,
like it's
of
just
course.
messy. So there's a lot of like, I don't know. I've just been like learning a lot.
There's so
Adult
many,
relationships.
like materialists. There's so many different dynamics.
No, and I want to be in New York in my love triangle. You know, I'm not in my wedding era yet, but like I'm still in New York.
I'm
with
rooting for you
Pedro
to move there for
Pascal.
a bit. I think it'd be really
Wouldn't
good.
it be fun?
I loved living in a city when I was single. Truly. I really, really did.
Yeah.
I think it's really fun. I think that you'll really like it.
I think it could be fun.
Yeah.
I do think, I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those times where it's like now would be the time to do it before I have like ties, you know? Other than Rosie, like I can bring her.
She could be a city girl.
City girl.
She is
would
a city
hate
girl.
it. She would need a dog park, but
There's dog parks. You can go to that cute one that we always stand and watch the dogs at.
yes, you're so right. Also, she's been so good with playing with other dogs lately, so I think
Good.
she'd be good. Yeah. Anyway, I've learned a lot. I know you've learned a lot. And there's been, again, not necessarily, well, one wedding stressor. Oh my God. We should talk about your planner.
Yes.
Friend
Friend of the show.
of
Jason
the show.
Reed.
Everyone comment, get well wishes. Jason.
Everyone actually, please, yes. Wish Jason well. Pray for Jason. He's doing much better now, actually.
Good. Oh my
he
God.
is. But one stressor that happened, which I can talk about this because he literally posted a TikTok
Yeah.
from the hospital bed. Poor man. Actually, like it's a crazy story. He was in Vegas the same time we were at the Bachelorette. And I was like, come through. Like, come say hi. He thought that he pulled a muscle in his leg. He posted a story of him literally getting wheeled out in a wheelchair in a Vegas hotel. And I was like, are you okay? What's going on? He's like, I just pulled a muscle. I don't know what happened. Like I woke up.
Remember when my mom pulled a muscle in Asia?
Yeah.
And she's like, I can't like move.
Yes.
Like that's kind of what I was like, oh damn.
Yeah. But it's crazy because he literally just like woke up and like his leg was not well. So he's literally getting wheeled out of this hotel in a wheelchair. And I was like, do you need me? Do you need help? And he's like, no, it's okay. I'm going home now. That was a while ago. That was like a month ago now at this point. And fast forward, all of a sudden, we were supposed to have a meeting for the wedding. And I show up to our food tasting. He's on crutches. This was like a couple weeks ago now. And I'm like, are you okay? And he was like, oh, like, I don't know. It's just like not getting better. I've seen the doctor. Like they said, it's fine. Like I just need to rest it. And I'm like, oh my God, please rest. Are you okay? Fast forward, we're supposed to have a meeting about the wedding to like make decisions. And I find out that he had to go to the ER because his leg was hurting so badly. Come to find out, this poor man actually didn't pull a muscle. He had fractured a bone his femur. He fractured his femur, which is a huge deal.
That like doesn't
just happen.
I'm not gonna say it's not possible, but like unless you are at the Super Bowl playing football.
Literally, that's what they keep saying. They're like, this only happens to like athletes. Like, how did this happen? We're literally not sure. But on top of that, this is like on the doctor. It went untreated, obviously, so much that he became infected. He then developed pneumonia. He gets fluid in his lungs, almost goes into, he like actually, I'm not even kidding, almost died. He almost went into sepsis. He's been in the hospital. Like it's actually crazy. And like, this is actually, it's malpractice, like actually.
Oh, that's so
and on
sad.
top of that, he's like still trying to work on the money. I'm like, please prioritize you right now. Like, please. He literally posted a TikTok and he's in the hospital bed and he's like, snack haul. And he's like showing his breakfast. I was like, literally me. But like truly, he's doing better. He was discharged from the hospital. He's doing better. But like truly, we love him so much. He's still working so hard. And I'm like, please prioritize you. And I love him so much. So
keep him in your prayers. Also, it's so important to trust your gut, even if a doctor says like you're fine. Like there's so many times you're just like, I know my body and I know something's wrong. Like always listen to that. And yeah, it's in those moments you're like, a wedding isn't as important. Like it's easy to be like,
sepsis?
we can go to Vegas and elope.
We'll be
Don't
fine.
worry about it. We'll be fine. Yeah.
Sepsis
That's so scary.
Is insane.
It's crazy that like stuff happens and it's not like you can plan for it. Like shit just happens and you have to like, I don't know. That's terrifying.
No,
poor thing.
I love him so much. He's doing better. He's on the up and up. Please pray for him. And I love him so much. And Pretty Basic loves him. He was such a fun guest to have on the show.
Yes. We'll make sure he's fine with us talking about this.
Yes,
But
I will ask him, of course.
we love you, Jason. Get better. Don't worry. Maid of honor clocking in. Let me know what you need.
Tommy literally is like, it's fine. He's like, I'll go to Michael's. I'm getting the headset.
No, like I will do whatever I need to do. Okay.
I believe at the wedding, he will be probably golf carted around or in a wheelchair, and I will be pushing him.
But just the stress alone, like I can't even imagine. Like
I know.
Like that's probably not like, ugh, I can't imagine.
Literally in his TikTok, he goes, I can't die. I'm too busy right now. I was like, Jason.
I'm so glad he has our humor.
No, I know. I love him so much. I saved him a Labubu, don't worry.
He was giving, I'm so sorry, Jason. I know you'll laugh. That's the only reason why I'm saying it. He's giving Emily in Double Wears Prada when she's like eating the pudding because she couldn't go to Paris. I will text him that and I know he'll laugh.
No, I love him so much. Also, I talked about the luggage on this episode or last week's episode, right? The luggage thing. I got the funniest comment on my vlog that was like, you getting the luggage and then meeting the wedding photographer is giving Meredith Blake when she meets the wedding dress designer Natasha at the hotel bar.
Oh my God,
Isn't that so funny?
Are you Elizabeth James?
Yes, Elizabeth James. Yes. So good.
My wedding. That's so funny. Oh my God. Well, it's not funny about him. I was thinking about the Elizabeth James of it all.
We're thinking about the Parent Trap.
Yep.
Jason, we love you so much.
We love you so much. The show loves you and we love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in for another week on our lives. The wedding is coming up. I'm not going to say when, but I'm very excited.
Very, very soon.
And I'm just very happy for you. And
I'm
Cal.
happy for you.
Happy for both of you. Thanks.
And I'm really trying to get Alicia to bring a date to the wedding. So everyone comment down below and tell Alicia, bring a date to the wedding
No.
for my personal enjoyment.
No.
I think you should.
I'm sorry. If you're attending the Miss Remi Ashton wedding of the literal century, you have to earn it. I'm not just bringing anyone. Not that people are anyone. But
No, it's for my fun though.
I know, but no. Like, no.
Maybe I'll just
No.
DM them on the side.
No.
Okay. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye.